The reason why you feel stuck in your faith, the reason why you're living happy, sad, sin, repent, up and down, is because you're stuck trying to fix yourself through works. That's what it is. So you think you pray harder, you tithe more, you go to church more, and that's what's going to help with your spiritual stagnancy, your depression, your loneliness. And it may temporarily, but there's always something that's missing. So when we teach about true biblical salvation, it gives you rest. But Satan, what he tells you through this world is you need to try harder, you need to be better, you need to fix yourself first. And if you keep listening to those thoughts, you will never ever be able to meet God. Because in John 6:29, Jesus says, God gave him the work. And he says the only work is that you believe on him who he sent, which is Jesus. Your only work or job is to believe. That's all you have to do. But the issue is Satan makes it seem like that's not enough, that's too simple. So if you're exhausted from living this up and down, backsliding, they say lukewarm Christian life, first and foremost, you have to recognize, I'm probably stuck in a works-based salvific mindset, meaning all my works will then lead to my salvation. Understand what I'm saying? Right, guys? That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Many people, just like Eve, who bare Cain and said, this is from the Lord, believe that Cain, who represents the sin, the flesh, right? The works of the flesh, they think that they can obtain and defeat Satan by works, but only Jesus can defeat Satan, and only through his power. And his power is the gospel of your salvation, which he seals you from, Ephesians 1:13. So just like Eve thought that Cain would save his people, the law turned Cain into a murderer. The law also turns you into horrible people. It's a curse, guys, so that you recognize, because the law is also a schoolmaster that makes you evil, but drives you to Jesus. Understand what I'm saying? That's what the law is about. Okay? This is what all of this is about. This is Genesis chapter 3 and chapter 4 alone. I can reteach this continually and get new things, new insight. So I really hope that we step out of this mindset of, if I just try a little harder, I'll do a little better. If I just pray a little more, I'll get closer to God. If I just focus on the Bible more, I'll get closer to God. No, you have to truly deny every work that you have out of your body, out of your flesh and your bone, and only rely on the work that Jesus Christ did. Understand what I'm saying, guys? Right, guys? But people, they don't see this message as, they don't see grace as a truly saving thing or a happy thing or a positive thing. They don't see it as rest. They actually see it worse, because they want to actually work more. But I want to ask the people, can you really work? What work can you do to get to heaven? That's all you have to ask yourself. It'll shatter every single type of argument you have in your heart. What can you actually do? Do you think your prayer will get you to heaven? Do you think you keeping the commandments will get you to heaven? Do you think loving your neighbor as yourself truly gets you to heaven? That's what we have to understand. These are not things. Of course, that is the byproduct of believing in faith and trusting in grace. You'll naturally do those things. But people don't want to believe that Jesus was enough. They then try to, just like Cain, produce works out of the ground, which is out of their flesh, because we came from the ground, dirt, understand? Because they don't believe he's enough. Whereas Abel believed Jesus was enough and brought the firstling of the flock, aka Jesus, to God. Many people, sadly, when they die, they're going to bring their own works. I hope none of you guys, not even one, or even my worst enemies, don't bring their own works in front of God. Rather, they kill those works off and they bring the lamb, the spotless lamb, who was made sin for us, to die for us. You guys got that right? I hope that every single one of you guys brings Jesus, not your puffed up Pharisaical heart. Not your, I'm better than other people. Look at me. I keep the law. Thank God I'm not like the publicans. Thank God I'm not like the harlots and the sluts and this and this and that. Thank God I'm not like these unbelievers and LGBT. We're not worried about that, because all of us have sinned and fall short. We need to bring the lamb. This is what we do in our Bible studies, is to unlock these types of things so that you can not only apply it to your life, I show you how to do this, but to truly grow. You know, when you hear about this message and it brings peace to you, right? And hope to you, right? That's what we're all about. We're about bringing hope and peace, just like God brought hope and peace. But when you try to keep the law, there is no peace and hope. It's all misery if you truly try to keep the law. You guys got that?